Hello everybody, my name is Hunter Hero, and welcome to my Spright Bystial deck profile for November 2022. This deck has been lots of fun to play, especially even in the current format, being a Tier 0 format with a Shizu tier. I still feel like this deck can put out a lot of great performances as long as you understand how this deck works versus a Shizu tier, how your interactions are supposed to go against theirs, and pacing yourself. This deck is a lot of fun, so enough rambling, let's get into the ratios and stuff and all that lovely fun stuff. So for our sprites, we are on 3 blue, 3 jet, 1 red, 1 carrot, and 1 pixies. I gotta move my stuff up. So what do these cards all do, and how, and why are we playing these this many names? Blue searches all your monsters. Blue searches all your sprite monsters. Jet searches all your sprite spell traps. Red's a monster negate. Carrot's a spell negate. And Pixies is a battle trick, which turns all your guys into turns one of your guys into an Avermax. Because we're playing mostly a peer variant, the Pixies is the extra name we needed. I have considered putting in a second red, just due to how the format works. But that's still super untested, so we'll see if the format shakes out to where I need it. But so far, that's all the names we're playing of those. And then for our Nimble package, we are on 2 Angler and 3 Beaver. Angler, being able to summon beavers from the deck is really powerful. Plus, in conjunction with our frogs, giving us more additional free summons off of a pitch. Plus, just that extra bit of presence. Plus, if they're milled out the Ishizu cards, they summon beavers out of the deck, which is always really good. The beavers can summon the angler or each other from graveyard or deck, which is also really, really good, meaning that they're another normal summon that gets another body on board. Overall, I wouldn't play any more, though, because the anglers are a bit of a brick if you draw too many. Speaking of frogs, we are on 2 copies of Swap Frog. You don't want to draw 3 of this. Drawing 2 is already bad enough, because, if you declare an effect wrong, stuff like that. This is how you get Nimble Angler out of your opening hand if you draw it. Especially going first, it's a great way to push that little bit of tempo, because it puts a free level 2 on board without using your normal summon, and loads your... and then triggers Angler to summon your 2 beavers, which then can be used to combo there. And this is how we're making Totally Awesome. So, and then for the last level 2, we were playing Hyperia, who draws a free card on summon. This is just basically our copy of Deco Talker Heat Soul. Yeah, there's not really a whole lot more to talk about him. On to the other namesake of this deck, the Bystials. We were on 3 Mangamut, 3 Druisworm, and 2 Serenir. I wouldn't play Lubellion just because, for one, this deck is already really expensive, and 2, he doesn't really do anything else that this deck already is doing, because searching the back row in this deck isn't really what you want to do. You just need them for DD Crows. Makamut searching the other 2 just for extra names, this sending something. You don't even bother playing this unless you need an extender, which then this dumps Druisworm, so you leave more Magnamuts in rotation. Which is good and all, but he's obviously the worst. There is a Exceeds we are playing, though, to use these monsters, which is super sick. And then we were also on 2 Kashatra Fenrir. I'd probably end up playing the third. We'll see if the third one comes up, but right now we're only on 2. They search each other, they're free banishing, so basically just a banishing Pankratops, which is phenomenal. Plus, in a bench, they are free extenders for each other. So you could summon the Fenrir and then summon a Spright next to it and go combo if you really need one that bad. Which is not bad. And then for the rest of the hand traps, we are on 2 Ash, 2 Bell, 2 DD Crow, and 2 Skullmeister. Just a wide variety of hand traps because most of them have a once per turn. I was playing 3 and 3 until a friend of mine suggested I should play Skullmeister just to have that additional name. Plus, these are once per turns, meaning that if you draw them in spades, it kind of hurts you more. And accidental synergy here, just like with DD Crow, if you're going against a matchup where your Bystials don't do anything, Skullmeister and DD Crow are both darks, meaning that you can banish them to give you free bodies on the board, which is actually an upside that I didn't realize until making this video. And then we are on 5 spells traps, and they're all sprites. 3 starter, 1 smashers, and 1 double cross. Summoning your E-Telly, but you take the damage. Basically, one of your main forms of removal, especially adding Mystic Mine, and your ability to kidnap stuff out of the graveyard. This card's crazy. I would not cut this. But yeah, that's it for the main deck. That's one of the fastest main decks, just because it's mostly hand traps. Excuse me. Yeah, it's mostly hand traps, which means that there's not really a whole lot of explaining I need to do, because most of them are cited against specifically tier. You're mostly citing those out depending on your matchups, and we will be covering the sideboard in this video. So, moving on to the extra deck, we are on 1 Spright Sprint, 2 Elf, and 2 Gigantic for the Spright names. Normally, Peerless could go for the third one of this. I have yet to notice a time where I needed it. Very fringe instances in the grind game does the third one come up. But overall, these ratios are perfectly fine. Sprint is how you set up your first turn combo and make your first 3200 Gigantic. Gigantic is used, all of these cards are used in your first turn setup, and the second one of each of these are used for your follow-up. So, yeah, there's that. For the other links, we are playing IP Masquerena, Pit Knight, Appaloosa, and Underworld Goddess of the Closed World. All these cards are phenomenal. Even Pit Knight, which was a tech choice, I continue to leave in the deck. This could be Djinn Buster, which I wouldn't fault you for playing Djinn Buster. I just think that Pit Knight has a very strange use case if you can make it in, if your IP has been hit or something, where Pit Knight can be put under Elf, and then you can use this to help clear games. Appaloosa you make with your IP, and then if you don't want / can't make Appaloosa, you make Underworld Goddess by linking off one of their most problematic cards. All these cards are bangers. I wouldn't swap them for anything else. For your exceeds, we are on Totally Awesome, ODB Morrow Soul Sweeper, Cat Shark, Mannequin Cat. For our rank 2s, our Negate, Spot Removal, Make a Big Bungus, Personal Tech Choice. And then we have Willow, Founder of the Drudge Dragons, and Double Lasers. This card is just more copies of your Bystials, especially if they're stuck on board not doing anything. You can make this, and also emergency soup it into a Zeus if you absolutely have to. But this card can quick effect Monster Reborn one of their guys to your side of the field, or just shuffle it back into the deck, so it's just like a mini version of the Ishizu cards. Plus, it can be made with any amount of your Bystials, which means that if you have a bunch of them on board, you're not stuck with any of them. But yeah, that is it for the main and extra deck. Overall, this profile is rather quick, because I feel like Spright's a deck that doesn't need a whole lot of explaining, because it all just daisy-chains into itself. The sideboard is where we're going to be doing most of our talking, excluding this, because I never cited into this. This was just a slot filler. Like, you could literally play anything as a one-of in this slot. But talking about stuff that actually came up, we are on 3 Lightning Storm, 3 copies of Nibiru, 3 Dimension Shifter, and 3 Ultimate Slayer. For our Ultimate Slayer targets, we are on Psyframe Lord Omega and Entis, because Totally Awesome acts as our Exceeds target. These cards are all phenomenal. Dimension Shifter is the best hand trap in the format right now. Nibiru is not far behind it. Lightning Storm helps break boards, and especially when you're siding against rogue decks, plus the Ultimate Slayer's slotting in quite well. Ultimate Slayer is also not too bad if you can Ultimate Slayer Rukalos away, and then pop their field spell with Entis. While they do get the trigger of it, it's not the worst thing to happen. So, but yeah, this has probably been one of our fastest deck profiles. I understand that. But again, let me know what you think down below in the comments. I have been reading most of them. I haven't been responding to them as much as I have been in previous videos, but I have been reading all of them. So I hope you guys have been enjoying the content lately. I've been trying to pick up it a bit more recently. I recently been talking to a guy who might be an editor, so look forward to some more improvements on the content later down the pipeline. But yeah, so hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think down below. Anything if you want to see next, if I have it. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful night.